numbers in the NFL are 3, 7, 10, and 14.
You know how we do in Detroit, son? We do nothing but win.
Ready
I'm ready.
to bite some kneecaps.
New England is bad.
Real bad. Then the
There's-
highlight.
It's a close game.
The Taylor Heineke life. Yeah.
I love this pick. Tampa has been overrated all season long, and the people who make the books are still on this. They got blown out by Blake Purdy. Can Justin Jefferson be stopped? I don't know. If you watched how Carolina played with Andy Dalton, they were fine.
Well, more importantly, Adam Thielen is probably like, can we put Andy Dalton back in?
The spread's the way to go. You just have to know how to bet it.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Math versus Smash.
Other side.
This guy right here. There he is.
What up?
Well, first off, Adam Thielen is glad that Andy Dalton is going to be the starting quarterback.
Andy Dalton is back in play, ladies and gentlemen, for a whopping.
That was recorded last year,
$4,800.
but yet somehow it still applies completely.
As long as Baby Bryce is Baby Bryce, yeah, it'll always apply.
He's really bad. And not only is he small, but he's also slow. He also can't read a defense and also can't throw very far.
Everything you're saying. Wait, are you talking about Caleb Williams?
Caleb Williams not slow though, and he can throw the ball pretty far. It's not. I wouldn't
Seems
call
like,
Caleb
seems like these phrases could apply to quite a few quarterbacks in the NFL right now.
Well, yes, but Bryce Young specifically, in the fact that he's somehow smaller than Kyler Murray, but has nothing that makes Kyler Murray good.
I'm really afraid of Kyler Murray this week after last.
We are all very afraid of Kyler Murray, and we will get to that game as well.
He heard me making fun of him.
I'll tell you, man, I did not do well last week.
I only hit 4 games last week. It was my worst week in a long time.
It
was
was
a weird
2-8.
week. It was a weird week. It was a weird week.
I was 2-8, so I can tell you it's the worst I've ever done. I mean, Dallas just absolutely laying an egg at home. How did that work out? The Rams
dropping the Lions dropping the ball against the Bucks, who are not real. They are not real, guys. Can we stop this Baker Mayfield his MVP stuff? Because the Lions exploited Baker Mayfield. They were
Baltimore loses.
Yeah, Baltimore. But I think, what are they? The best 0-2 team of all time? I don't know. I'm not.
Jacksonville continues just to be bad, and Cleveland finally digs themselves out of a hole.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just Kansas City didn't cover, of course. That always happens every time I pick them.
Yeah, they never do.
Seattle, one bright spot, got that. And you know what my other bright spot was? Washington. My team, baby.
No, go ahead. You bet on them. Keep
My
betting
team.
on Washington. See what happens.
Jaden Daniels is probably the best rookie QB right now.
That's not. Bo Nix hasn't played bad.
Well, he did. He did throw over 250 yards, which ruined my bet of all the bad quarterbacks. Everyone else went under. Caleb Williams under. Bryce Young way under.
Under.
Guess who didn't go under? Bo Nix.
Well, he's not bad. I think from what I've seen, Bo Nix will probably be the best quarterback out of that. And it's early. I shouldn't make statements like that, but I don't care. He seems to be the most pro quarterback out of the bunch.
Yeah, but I mean, he's also only throwing the ball 3 yards.
Sean Payton made a career for Drew Brees out of that.
No, dude, Drew Brees threw the ball more than 3 yards.
Well, once he was ready, but it's not like he had some cannon that he unleashed or something like that. We're not talking about Josh Allen here.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Right.
That's Sean Payton's game. That's what he does. He loves to use a version of the West Coast that really pushes it up, and then he goes play action deep. The difference is Bo Nix can't do play action deep yet. That's the difference.
Well, we'll see. But either way, if you had a bad week last week,
I had the worst week in daily fantasy I've ever had.
It was just really bad, and none of it made any sense.
If you didn't start
really poorly.
If you didn't start Alvin Kamara last week, you didn't win any money.
That's fair. That's also very true. But we will start with the game of the week here, the scary game of the week.
The most exciting topic in Michigan are the new Detroit Lions.
Woof, woof.
It's all right here.
Yeah,
I was at the game. I know that special teams snafu at the end of the first half. Yeah, that's on coaching. That was terrible. Jared Goff played his worst game as a Detroit Lion.
You can't get in the red zone 7 times and only score once.
Nope.
You
And the
can't.
Buccaneers defense is real. Their offense isn't. Their offense is not real. People are like, well, Chris Godwin, that was it. They did nothing else. And in the second half, Tampa Bay did really nothing. They got bailed out on a couple like penalties, but they didn't do anything in the second half against Lions. The Lions defense looks good 2 weeks in a row, which makes me nervous.
People are
now they have
talking about like that's one thing. If you're playing fantasy or daily fantasy, stay away from the Lions defense. Like Hutchinson had 4 sacks. Like he's a scary person. That defensive line is very good.
That's it. I'm worried because what they struggled with a little bit, and Baker Mayfield is by no means Kyler Murray, but they made him look super mobile. They didn't keep contain, and he stepped up in the pocket and ran for a couple first downs and a touchdown. It was his most rushing yards in like 3 years or something like that. Somebody told me. So I'm worried about Kyler Murray running. As long as they can do what they did downfield against the Buccaneers, though. Kyler will not beat them pass. So that's a good part. But whatever the over is on Kyler Murray rushing this week, I think I want to bet it. I hate betting against the Lions, but I think I want to bet it.
I mean, I made some adjustments, right? This game's spread at 3. I make it 4. So, I mean, I'd still give Detroit the edge, but I had to knock Detroit down a notch. I think everyone's down a notch though. Like, cause
that everybody is like the Chiefs escaped narrowly. The Ravens the Niners look real weak.
I still have Kansas City Chiefs tiered as my highest team, but I put the Detroit slightly under and I put Arizona 1 notch up. I make this a 4-point game. It's a 3-point game. It's close. I don't know. Arizona's scary. We'll see. Calamity Gannon might be a good coach. He might
He's a great coach. I think if he had, I took the Lions with the spread. Like they'll win this game and they'll win it by.
The Lions have to win this game is the thing.
I don't know about have to, but has to happen more than anything is get their identity back on offense because far. All this cutesy stuff that they're trying to do, all this East-West stuff, it's looking a little Chicago-esque, and I hate it. So
yeah, and Campbell's never. I don't think he's not covered the spread after a loss. So they're
it'll all be on Jared Goff. I hope this isn't a case of get paid, get lazy because he looked so good last year, and this year he does not. He does not look like a good quarterback.
We shall see. All right, so I got that one.
Just in time for me to buy a jersey.
We'll be fine. I think the Lions are fine. I think Arizona is slightly better than we thought they were, but I don't think they're this good.
They're a 6-win team.
I think Detroit dominated Tampa Bay. They just couldn't score in the red zone. It happens.
Yeah.
So from that point, I think both teams will show who they really are. Detroit will cover this by, I don't know, let's say they win by a touchdown. So I agree. I lean Detroit. The model says not enough, but we'll see where the spread goes.
I agree.
Denver at Tampa. So in this one,
right
pretty
there,
close.
Denver's covered 2 weeks in a row, have they not?
They have done that thing, or did they not cover? They might not have covered last week. Let me look.
Did it get away at the end?
I think it got away at the end. Oh no, Tampa, of course, are covered. They beat us.
Not Tampa, Denver.
Denver, that's right. Okay.
I like Denver and the way they're playing. Tampa Bay's defense is real. In fact, just with it.
Yeah. They lost by. I mean, that was a 2.5 spread, and they lost by what was it? Oh, it's 13-6. So they lost by 7.
See, I'm actually gonna take the money line. I like Denver to pull it out against Tampa. Denver's defense is real. We've seen that. I don't know. I am not a believer in the Bucs offense. The Lions shut them down. Godwin had 2 long plays, and that really was what made up his 110 yards. Godwin had 2 long plays. One of them was a blown coverage by Jack Campbell, who should never be in coverage in his entire life. He is a goon if I've ever seen a goon. All 6'5", slow of them, and he didn't get deep enough in his cover 3, and Godwin just got open. So are
you talking about one of my best ultimate team players right now, Jack Campbell?
I love Jack Campbell protecting against the run, but yes. Why was he in on a 3rd and 8?
Yeah, I would take the 6 with the parlay, but I mean, I understand this is honestly a really good time to buy on the Broncos and a good time to sell on Tampa Bay. From a spot perspective, I think it's pretty good. I wish I got 7, but I mean, I know where you're leaning. I think Tampa's a little overrated this week for sure.
People are saying Baker Mayfield for MVP, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's a little ridiculous. The model still has Tampa, but it's because I'm more down on Denver than you are. I understand where you're coming from.
It's all about whether or not they can get their run game going. Right now, Bo Nix is having to throw too much, and like you said, it's all check down Charlie. So
yeah,
they got to get that run game going, and if they can. Vita Vea is out. Vita Vea is out for 4 to 6 weeks, so that's definitely encouraging.
What player isn't out 4 to 6 weeks?
Every player in the NFL.
Goodness gracious! All right, this one. I mean, it's plug your nose, but I think you just take the Cleveland Browns and you just know they dominate, right? I mean,
just Cleveland money line, like that's I think.
Yeah, they're definitely.
I don't see. So are they going to keep starting Danny Dimes?
I mean, it's him or Tommy DeVito. I mean,
put DeVito in. At least he like that offense had energy with DeVito.
Dude, Tommy DeVito is my boy, and you know that. Look at this guy. This guy.
He's got to go home and get a salami sandwich from his mom.
Hey.
But I mean, we're on the same page here. Cleveland.
Yeah, Cleveland's pretty easy here. I'm just not going to bet the Giants anything other than Malik Neighbors overs. Like the dude's going to catch
the point total under for the game because the Giants aren't
Malik,
going to contribute.
Malik Neighbors is going to catch 10 balls a game. So the Chargers, we might get a 3 here. And oh boy, you want to know why I want a 3? Because there's one reason I want a 3.
Yes, sir. You know what it is? Oh, big party. Yeah.
He's not playing, is he?
Dude, what's his name?
Herbert?
Herbert is hurt. He might not play. We might get the Taylor Heineke life.
Dude, oh man, I love that narrative right there. I love
the Chargers money line if it's Taylor and Heineke, but we don't know yet. I would wait.
I'm a believer. You know what? No matter what, I'm a believer with the Chargers. The other part is the Steelers offense let Fields cook because right now they are not letting him be Fields, and he's been efficient.
Yeah,
let him loose, man.
Harbaugh's just a really good coach. Like I'm just gonna ride it. I sent you that thing in the text, right? Where they brought back the 9-man line.
Yep, I love Smash Mouth football.
It's good.
And
look at the total. Is the total 35 right now? That's a preseason total. 35 points. You're telling me it can't be 20-17?
And I'm taking the under. If I'm betting it, I'm taking
the under opened at 38.5. So do not touch this under. But
people have hammered it then, huh?
Oh, it's absolutely been hammered to death. Like,
I'm taking Chargers money line just because I don't think the Steelers can overcome that Chargers defense. That's looked phenomenal. I mean,
I just want to be live on Taylor Heineke. If Taylor Heineke's in, I'm in. Otherwise, I'm probably out because I would rather have a healthy Heineke versus a hurt Herbert.
The only better narrative would be if their backup quarterback was Gardner Minshew. Can you imagine how hard?
Well, okay, but the one thing is if we do lose Heineke, it's Easton Stick, and then we're sunk. We're absolutely sunk. So
they just direct snap it to J.K. Dobbins. That's all they do.
Good Lord, that'd be fun. I think Ohio State did that for a game.
Single wing. Do it. Why not?
All right. So then Houston. I'm
not a believer. I am
not
a
believer, but I think this game's stinky. Like, sure, take Houston, but. Okay. Man, Houston struggled with the Bears.
Well, they didn't struggle so much as the Bears defense is actually halfway decent. Like,
okay, but halfway decent is not 19 points when the other team can't generate any offense.
The Vikings are a bad football team, masquerading right now on the fact that Justin Jefferson, who's hurt, that Justin Jefferson is the best receiver in the NFL, and I don't think that's any question now. There's no question.
I will say this is my sneaky fantasy or daily fantasy game. I think if Darnold's for real, which he's probably not.
He hasn't. Who has he played?
Can Justin Jefferson be stopped? I don't know.
He's not going to play. I don't think he's got a bum heel or something.
No, he's in. Jefferson's in.
I don't know, man.
So I'm playing a Darnold to Jefferson stack on one lineup just to see what might happen. So I probably don't bet this game.
They're probably cheaper than they usually are.
I probably don't bet this game, to be perfectly honest. I make this exactly Houston 1.5. So I'm on the number. I'm on the nose.
On the number. Look at that.
On the nose. So yeah, there's really nothing for me to do here, but I get where you're leaning.
The Vikings haven't they don't run the ball. And what are you going to do against a much better? The Texans defense is good.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But
I was wrong last week, so I don't know. I'm not. Is 2 weeks enough of a sample size to really know?
But is O'Donnell just like a really good coach? Like, is that just what it is?
It might be the case. I mean, he's a good coach. We know Darnold's not a good quarterback. We know that.
We know. Yeah. So
what you have here is the same thing. Like, remember when no matter who was quarterbacking the Texans, DeAndre Hopkins would still get like 12 catches.
Yeah,
It just so happens that Justin Jefferson is better than peak D-Hop.
it's true. But I mean, they somehow get away with just mediocre run game, Justin Jefferson, and a good defense, and they win games like 23-14. So I don't know. We'll see. But I think that's the right pick. Now this one's really, really interesting. I'm gonna start with a clip before we get here because we got to know where we are.
Wait, raise your hand if your team won this week.
Yep, I'm going to count that as a dub.
Okay.
Big, meaty dub.
Max, where's your...
Jake's team didn't win yet.
Max, where's your
Your
hand?
team didn't win yet. Your team didn't win either.
Did you not listen to the sports podcast that we're doing? We won because all the teams around us, the draft, happened to win.
We won because the Chiefs lost.
Max, so your hand wasn't raised. Is there an issue?
I love the Bortles jersey still in the background.
Oh no, this is an old clip now, but now this is a legacy clip for us because Max is down bad.
Are the Eagles this bad or are the Saints this good? I don't know. I'm not touching this game.
Here's why you have to bet the Eagles. Because this game was 3.5 to the Eagles 2 days ago. And now it's +3. You're getting +3 with the Eagles against the Saints. Tell me if you heard that week 1, you wouldn't have ran to the closest place with all your money and put it on.
I would have. There are two things.
You have to bet Philadelphia. You have to.
There are two things. One, the Eagles defense looks really bad. Like the Packers moved the ball against them, and then last week they really got ran over. The Saints, you're right. I mean, this is the smart thing, right? Like that's smart bet. Like because it's only 3
You're
weeks.
getting the Eagles to beat the Saints.
Yeah, that's it. Like
plus money.
Everybody's going nuts about Carr. Carr hasn't passed, I think, for over 250 yards yet. Alvin Kamara, is he going to be able to do this every week? I had him slated as trade bait by week 6.
I feel like he's injury prone on top of the fact that, I think currently you have a situation where New Orleans offense is completely different than anticipated. And we're still getting you're getting play calls together for it, right? Like it's just
adjustments.
You have to adjust to that offense, and people haven't yet. But I think the Eagles can, and I think the Eagles are still the better team. So if that's the case, then there's no way that this is
a better team. Yeah.
It's just a good number. Now
I'll tell you what, all day. I want to put $1,000 on that.
See, I said the same exact thing when I saw this, but everyone says that they don't think the Packers can run on the Titans.
I don't care. The Packers are leading the NFL in interceptions already, and the Titans can do nothing. The Titans have no offense. None.
Will Levis, like he could turn the ball over 4 times, right? I mean,
the Packers could Chicago Bears the Titans. They don't. If I were the Packers, I would run 3 downs in a row, punt, and then just let my defense feast. Like it's. They have nothing. Their offense is in that. I might come back on a single. I never bet singles. I might come back on a single and put $100 on this game because the fact that the Packers aren't favored is asinine.
Man, like, are we really you really going to do Malik Willis 2 weeks in a row?
I don't care. Until the Titans can move the ball on offense, and they haven't. Until the Titans can move the ball, I don't care.
So I completely agree. I'm trying to get in the head of our viewers.
I don't understand the Vegas side of this. What is the Vegas side that's posting this at the Titans as 3-point favorites?
The Chicago guys are also in on 2.5 with the Titans. Now 3 is probably a bit much, right? So the betting Discord says that the Titans can win this game. I can, because I came in exactly like you did. I was like, Green Bay is a better coached team than the Titans, and Will Levis is on the other side of the ball. How am I getting 3 points with anyone that isn't the Carolina Panthers?
So my question is do they think that Green Bay's defense is a fluke then? Because we've already seen Tennessee turn the ball over the most in the NFL, and you have the defense that has the most turnovers in the NFL.
The nice thing is if you want under, right, you get 20-17 and you still win.
Yeah, I might actually. We'll stack that all day. I'll take the under and Packers money line.
Yeah, they're gonna win this 13-3.
Malik Willis though, he didn't turn the ball over.
Well, of course he won't. He won't get the opportunity.
Yep, that's I like that.
As someone who has played a lot of NCAA, let me tell you, sometimes you only pass the ball 5 times because anytime the ball goes in the air, it's a goddamn disaster.
Bears Colts. Oof.
Dude, the Colts defense is bad. It's not good.
It's not as good as projected. That's for certain.
I make this, what is it right now? Is it 1? Yeah. So I still make it 1. So I lean Indianapolis, but I don't know.
better team? Question mark.
At home.
At home, yeah. I didn't like. I feel like
Caleb
that's a smart bet.
Caleb Williams is pretty bad. All right.
Anthony Richardson has played well at times. He just turned the ball over 3 times last week. That was the difference. Oh, big. Here we go. Look at that. Look.
I hate the Raiders. I hate the Raiders.
John, calm down.
Look at that number. And I am hitting it.
Oh, yeah.
Give me the Raiders. The soul of every Raider that has ever come before, may he bless this team unto a win against the Panthers.
I don't even care that the Raiders are good or bad because they might be either or. It's just
they are a bad football team. But the Raiders have won before when they're a bad football. It's just
the Panthers.
The Raiders.
Like, if you give me anything under 10 with the Panthers, I probably got to take it.
They're gonna win this game. Now the difference is I have to imagine when they announced that Andy Dalton was the starter, it shifted. I have to imagine that. How wild is it that your first round draft pick QB is benched and the 8-year-old redhead comes in and moves the line.
The Red Rocket, dude. I don't know. That is the one thing that scares me because it's not like if this was Bryce Young, I'd hammer this line.
No, I don't care because he's going to be a statue in the pocket. And
true. The Red Rocket's old too.
Whatever the over is, so last week I won on the over for Aiden Hutchinson. If you are betting single overs on stats, every week I'm going to be taking the over on Aiden Hutchinson because it's usually set at 0.75 and the over on Max every week. Why not? They both look like they're playing for Defensive Player of the Year, and they both look great.
The problem, the main thing with Crosby is, and they talked about it in You Better You Bet. I've talked about it in the betting Discord. I feel like we've talked about it a bit. It really just depends. Can the Raiders win 10 games? They have to win 10 games for him to win.
I mean, I'm just saying competition-wise. I love Aiden.
Oh, yeah.
I already have my futures for Aiden, so I don't. I have $100.
I think Max Crosby is the best defensive end in the NFL.
I think Aiden Hutchinson is the best defensive end.
Yes, except for I think Crosby's better in contain, and I think that he has more of a motor, which is crazy, but it's because no one outmotors Max Crosby.
Aiden Hutchinson's pass rush win rate this year is 54%. That means greater than 1 out of 2 times he is beating whatever they were triple teaming him, and he was still getting to Baker Mayfield.
But sometimes
he
still gets up the field too far. Sometimes it still happens.
I'm so excited, and if the Raiders are bad, the Lions have to try to get Max and bring him home.
Well, yeah, but you need him to start losing games, right? Like that's the problem. If they're 2-1, like what are you gonna do?
Oh, they're gonna be 2-1 this week. I mean, that's a given.
All right. Okay. So yeah, I agree. So
Skylar Thompson.
I have no idea, honestly, because I kind of think Seattle's fraudulent, but
right,
Skylar probably wins.
Nah, I'm going Seahawks, dude. I'm sorry. Like the Dolphins defense is not good. And
Kenneth Walker isn't playing, and Zach Charbonnet is really bad. That's the problem. But like JSN's really good. Like
Jackson Smith, Njigba. I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
JSN, the OSU legend, Jackson Smith and
Njigba. That's what it is. He's the real deal. I like it. Geno leads them to a win. Sure. Dolphins are bad.
They did just recently release Geno Smith as a legend on NCAA. So, I mean, maybe he's feeling it.
Legend Geno Smith. I hate this game. I hate every bit of this.
So I wouldn't throw it into a parlay, but if I'm going to bet individual dogs, I would love to throw the Rams in because there's just so much going on in this game that anything could happen.
Everybody's hurt.
Everyone's hurt.
Everybody is hurt. Like, I'll take the under. I don't know who's I guess if you're going to bet it, I probably would go with the Niners, but not to cover just because their defense is good. But I want the under. This is a terrible football game.
True. All right. So then we got, that's all I can say about that one. This one looks hard, but it's not. Who do you trust more? Who's the better organization? Who's the better, both these teams need to win.
Who's the better football?
Need to win, and who's the better organization?
I like the Ravens to win. If anything, I'm taking the over. Like
Lamar's better than Dak, and Harbaugh's better than McCarthy. Okay, well then we should. I mean, if you're getting a pick 'em, then you take it, right?
Yep, I think so. God, we're with to it. I don't like this. This week we're agreeing too much. Right here. I mean, it's probably the only way to bet this game.
Chiefs. How much does that line say? It's 3.
Maybe take the. Actually, I like this Chiefs money line in the under.
Is it down to 3 now?
Yeah, it's down to 3.
So I make it 4 to KC, right? And I'm probably still overrating Atlanta. Yeah, I mean, that's probably right, just because Atlanta can't score, nor can the Chiefs.
They got to start getting the football to Travis Kelce. I don't even know what's going on.
Well, Pacheco's gone too, right? So now we got, what's Steele is his name?
That's
Carson?
But everything I did you see that they signed? Who's the guy that used to play for them?
Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, but he's not active for the game.
No.
I like, you know what would be interesting? Kareem Hunt coming back to Kansas City as a resurgent Chief and winning comeback player of the year. That would be really interesting.
But was he injured last year? They have
yeah,
to.
he got hurt. Remember, all the Browns running backs got hurt last year.
Okay. I doubt it, but maybe.
That's how Jerome Ford ended up like their starter
like
last year.
I promise you this, that Kirk Cousins is not going to get a 3-man rush in a 2-minute drill against the Kansas City.
And it's prime time. Kirk Cousins prime time.
Well, he kind of won on prime time the other day, so
what? Not because of him.
Well, the last drive was something.
I want the Chiefs. I want the under. The Chiefs win close games. It'll be closer than most people probably think. If I have to bet the spread, I'm taking Kansas City to cover, but I hate betting them to cover.
Fair.
Right?
All right. And then
two Monday night games.
2 Monday night games. All right. So definitely one thing. I mean,
that no one circles the wagon like the Buffalo Bills.
Josh Allen, James Cook.
The way Jacksonville just played and the way Buffalo's played, and you're giving me less than 7. I mean, it's
I want it. Yeah,
it's too easy. I make this game 7, so that's what I'm saying. Like the Bills have to be at least a touchdown favorite here.
I don't understand why the Bills are still finding success other than just saying Josh Allen's Superman.
Well, yeah, but the defense has played really well.
That's what I'm saying. Like nobody thought their defense would play well. They lost 4 starters. Like I like it. Go Bills, man. And the Jaguars, how long before they just bench Trevor Lawrence?
I mean, they're getting close, or they're going to fire the coach. It's one or the other. Like they'll just get rid of Peterson.
Hey, Doug Peterson's a bad football coach. I feel a little bit bad for Trevor Lawrence because the hype wasn't real. I was never on the hype anyway. But like the other part is Jacksonville does not let and has never let Trevor Lawrence play the way Trevor Lawrence played at Clemson.
Okay.
They don't let him run. They don't get him mobile. They don't put him out on the edge. They're trying to make him into something he's not.
Unfortunately, Clemson's good this year, so Dabo wouldn't make the jump.
You don't want to see Dabo in the NFL anyway.
Dabo!
I don't know. 7 points? Really?
But the Bengals really need it.
That's huge. I'm not betting. I said I'm not betting Commanders games. I'm not. I haven't yet this year. I will go even for 17 on Commanders games this year just by staying out of it. I have no ice, baby. Ice, baby. He did not have a great game. He didn't have a great game. Turned the ball over twice in the red zone.
Yeah.
I know Kansas City's defense is good, but come on, man. You're supposed to be the Kansas City killer.
I'm with you. I think Washington. I mean, I give Washington too much credit, so I just stay away from the game.
Oof! Look at those odds. I love this. Give me that money.
That's
one of these times.
That's because you threw those over-unders, and I think you have 2 underdogs in that.
Well, one underdog shouldn't be an underdog.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he has to check my location. You can pull it out. That's fine.
All right. So, obviously this is late this week, but we're glad that we're getting it to you guys.
Smash was sick anyway. I could barely talk on Thursday.
Smash was sick. Math was on vacation, back from vacation, busy, and then here we are. So, but next week we'll be back Wednesday at our normal
channel
at our actual time. I have no vacation planned. I don't think Smash is going anywhere, so we should be good. Be ready for the Scene Snobs this month because it's the witching hour. So obviously they're going to be very, very busy, as will the Sturdy channel, as will the 3 Geeks, as will all our friends.
Right here, hit them up on the socials. They're all listed. Oop, there we go. How do I go back?
You got it. You got it.
Right here. I was trying to go back and forth. It's so weird in camera. I never.
You were trying to rub it. Oh yeah.
The rest.
Oh, yeah.
Love it.
And with that,
anyway, one daily. We should do one daily surprise because we didn't do any daily at all. We didn't mention it. Mine would probably be.
I have my daily. I won't bring it up this week, but as far as the picture of it, but let me look here.
I think the player I really like this week is Laporta against a really weak defense against the tight end. Arizona struggles against tight end. Sam Laporta's got to get going if the Lions want success. So Laporta's my play of the week.
So it's a really weird play, but a lot of people are, as a contrarian play, the people that I follow really like CeeDee Lamb this week for Dallas, but then running it back with Lamar instead and just assuming it's a
blowout, like back and forth. That's smart.
So that's a big one. Ferguson's back as well for Dallas. So that's a $4,500 tight end. Now, really cheap tight ends. Rams in San Francisco game. Everyone's beat up. Anytime touchdowns. So I know a guy in the Discord that's kind of a bookie. Dude said he would give us 80-1 for an offensive lineman to score in the San Francisco Rams game.
That's awesome.
I feel like it makes, I'm not going to bet it, but it makes, but it's fun that
it's not Penny Sewell.
but okay, so everyone's injured in that game, and both those guys are mad scientists. They're going to be in the lab. There's going to be There's going to be Bunsen burners everywhere. There's going to be, they're going to be on the whiteboard in the background. There's going to be double reverses, triple reverse passes. The flea flickers are going to be going around.
I love it.
So a non-quarterback to throw a tutty and non-traditional touchdown scores for that game. And with that, that'll be it for us. See you later and have